Hello everyone, my name is Sheila Anthony and I'm the Rector of the Meridian Benefice. And during Light 2020 week, we're putting up stories of hope onto Facebook. And I realised that maybe you'd like to hear my story of hope. I haven't been a Christian for all my life, and about 20 years ago, my husband and I, at that time, we ran the Virgin Balloon Flights company in the Cotswolds. We also had a publishing company and a graphic design company. And in rather a mad moment, we decided that we would buy what is considered to be one of the oldest continually lived-in houses in the country, Little Dean Hall, and it was open to the public. It wasn't grand, but it was very interesting. Anyway, we bought the house and moved in, and after 3 months we realised that we'd taken on rather too much, and so we employed a young lady who came to live in the house with us. But after 3 months, my husband ran off with her. Now you can imagine what sort of devastation that left, not only emotionally, which was horrendous, but also because the businesses and my income and the fact that I was living in this huge house that needed restoration. I felt suicidal, and thankfully a friend rang me who is a Christian, and she suggested to me that I spoke to the local vicar. So I telephoned him and he came round and chatted to me for a couple of hours. He didn't mention God. I was the one that brought the subject of God up in our conversation. A few days later, I went to church, and as I walked in, I started crying, and the tears were just rolling down my face. But it was really strange because I realised that it wasn't actually about my marriage, but I couldn't understand why I was weeping. At the end of the service, the vicar prayed for me, and then I went home and went back to work. And then the following day, I just felt I want to get back into church because it's so peaceful there. I really just want to have that connection again. So I rang the vicar and asked if I could have the key, and he suggested that I came round to the vicarage, which I did. And I spent the day with him and his wife. And during that time, I prayed a prayer and gave my life to Jesus. At that moment, it was extraordinary. It was just as though I had two huge arms put around me. I felt as though I was surrounded in cotton wool, and all the pain left me, and all the anger disappeared too. I forgave my ex-husband immediately, and I could never have done that by myself. I would have wanted revenge. So it was really quite extraordinary. And that sense of God being with me, that presence of God stayed with me for several months in that very same way that I felt held and comforted. My life was completely turned around. I found joy and peace that I'd never found before. And what I say to you is that I know that you might not be going through something like that, but we all go through difficult times in our life, and perhaps at this moment you're all feeling that there is a lot of anxiety around. But I would say to you that Jesus is the answer to whatever you're going through. I have had an exciting life before I met him, but now my life is even more exciting. It's not boring. It's really interesting, and I've been given a hope and a purpose that I hadn't had before. And it's available for you, every single one of you, if you'd like to take Jesus' hand and say yes. So I pray this week that you will sense the presence of Jesus around you like I did, and that you will find that hope, that joy, that peace and purpose that no one else can give you but Jesus. Bless you all.